welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Facechart inspired look. So I have never done a Facechart look ever, like not even just on this channel, but just in general. So this was literally my first time doing this look at all. And I'm really proud of how it turned out, considering it's got like this really dark lip and these eyes, and I don't know, I'm really proud of it. So if you guys would like to see how I achieved this Facechart inspired look, then keep on watching. So I'm just going to show you guys really quickly the Facechart I am going off of. So this is by Milk1422 on Instagram, and I'm in love with it. So I'm just gonna get started. First things first, I'm gonna start with the 35B palette, and I'm just gonna be going into this pink shade right here with a fluffy brush and just starting that as my transition. So I apologize in advance. I am going to be using a couple different palettes in this tutorial. So I'm using the 35U palette now because I like the pinks in this one a lot better than the 35O. So I'm just going to be taking this pink right here with that same brush, and I'm just going to be working that in as well. Next, I'm just going to be taking this pink shade right here from the 35B palette, and I'm just using a Coastal Scents BRC5 or S06 brush to do that. And I'm just going to be building that like straight into the crease, and this brush is going to help me do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this a little bit just so that there's no harsh edges. And now for the final like color I'm going to be using for now, I'm just going to be taking this like cranberry shade right here from the 35B, and I'm going to start focusing this on the outer corner of my eye. And now I'm just going to take the fluffy brush that we used earlier for the lighter pinks, and I'm just going to blend all of this out. Now we're just going to be dipping into the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I don't really know. Okay. So I believe this is Roxanne that I'm taking, I want to say. And I'm just going to be taking that on that same brush I used before, but I just cleaned it off. And I'm going to be focusing this on the outer V. And I'm just going to be using like that little of Roxanne, and that's it. Like I'm literally just tapping it and blending it, because I really don't want this pigment to go anywhere else other than the outer V, because this part is all going to be a really nice bright red. To continue building that outer V, I'm just going to be taking this color right here called Jax and building that on the back, or building that in my outer V as well. So to finish off the outer V, I'm going to be taking the color Chip, I think. And I'm using that same brush to pack it on, and then I use these two brushes that I've been using to just blend. And you literally need to tap your brush into this, and that's what comes out. Like, this is so incredibly pigmented. Like, that's even a little bit too much. I didn't realize how pigmented this actually is. And I'm just gonna take that brush and lightly start stroking it and blending. You want to be really careful, especially if you did what I did and kind of use like a little bit too much, because it can go really messy really quickly. So I'm just going to be taking this more narrow fluffy brush, blending in small strokes, and then taking the fluffier one and just blending that out a little bit more. And I'm actually going to clean this off a little bit, because I feel like I got even a little bit too much pigment on this when I used this at first. So now that that is all blended out, I am going to be going in with a red. I'm so scared for this. I'm so scared. I don't know if I should cut the crease. I'm gonna try to just pack it on. Let's see. So I'm gonna use a really defined brush just to kind of cut the crease but not at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not gonna use concealer and all that, but I'm just taking a, sorry, I don't think I showed you guys. I'm just taking the red in the 35B palette, and I'm taking this really small brush. This came in my Ipsy bag. This is by Vera Mona, but any small brush like this will work perfectly fine. And I'm just going to be taking that and slightly packing it on. So this could literally ruin everything, but I'm going to be taking a little bit of my Mario Badescu spray just to weten my brush a little bit. And I'm hoping that because it's a little bit damp, it'll pack on the pigment a little bit more. So now that I have the red on there, I'm just going to start blending. And I'm going to be taking this brush by e.l.f. and it's just like a little blending brush. It's not something too fluffy, but it's like more of like a flat blending brush, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to be slightly taking that over the edges just a little bit, because this is more narrow. It's going to help me focus that blend a little bit better. I'm going to be taking that same brush that I used for basically my whole outer V. This is the Anastasia brush that came in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to be lightly blending that. And then taking just a completely clean blending brush. It doesn't really matter which one. This one just came in an Urban Decay palette. And I'm just going to be kind of blending where they meet together. And then I'm going to be going in with my finger and just kind of, wait, should I use my finger? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to be packing that color on a little bit. I want to make this red as bright as possible. See, I didn't want to go in with concealer, but I feel like that would have been the better option. So if you do recreate this, I would definitely recommend to use concealer, just so that it has a nice base to go on and it can make the color more vibrant. And now I'm just taking that big fluffy brush and blending everything together. So now that I am done with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to be going in with some mascara, and I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Voluminous. And then for lashes today, I'm going to be using the Salon Perfect 614 lashes, because in the picture she has really long wispy lashes and they're not too thick, so I think these lashes are like perfect. And I'm just going to be using the Duo Lash Adhesive. So now to go back and finish up the eyes, we're going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're going to be taking this color in Abyss, and this is the black shade in the palette. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe M432 brush and taking that black and just packing that close to my lower lash line. And I know I look absolutely insane right now, but I'm going to blend this out with the red color that we used on the lid. That's the only thing that sucks about doing your foundation first, is the fallout that you'll get from the black. Honestly, for me, I can't do my under eyes. Like, I can't smoke out my lower lash line and then do foundation, because it just doesn't work out for me. So it's better if I just clean it a little bit. So I'm just using a little bit of concealer and my blending sponge and just blending that in. And I'm going to be setting that with some powder. And the powder I'm going to be using to set it is just the Wet n Wild Contouring Duo in Dolce de Leche. So now the last two steps of the eyes, which is going to be the inner corner and mascara for my lower lashes. So I'm just going to start with the mascara for my lower lashes really quick. And I'm just going to be blending the lashes together as well, because I just remembered I forgot to do that before. So for that really blue inner corner, I'm going to be going into the Jekyll & Hill palette once again and taking the shade Pool Party. And to do that, I'm just going to be using the brush I use every day for my inner corner highlight, which is just this little Real Techniques one. This came in like the eye set, and I'm just going to be taking that and packing that on my inner corner. And then I am going to be adding the slightest amount of her second highlight shade in this palette, and it's called Beam. And I'm going to take literally just like, that's it. Like I literally just dipped it in, and I'm just going to put that closest to my tear duct. And it's just going to brighten it up a little bit. So now we are going to finish up my face, and in the picture she's not wearing any blush, so I'm just going to contour, and I'm going to be using this contouring palette right here. So I finished my contour, and I did do my brows off camera just because they needed to be filled in, but I'm not happy with them. Like my eyebrows right now are way too thick for me, so I don't even want to show you guys because they're gross. But anyway, I'm going to be bronzing just a little bit because I always have to bronze. So I'm just going to be bronzing with my Rimmel Natural Bronzer. So now I am going to be going in to the lip before highlight just because, I don't know, I won't feel like doing a lip. For the lip, I'm going to be using the NYX Liquid Suede Oh Put It On lipstick. So now that I have the lipstick on, I'm going to be going back into the 35B palette, and I'm going to be using the pink, like, how would you say that? Pink, like, iridescent shade, and I'm just going to be taking this one right here, and that's going to be what I'm using to highlight because in the picture it's a pink highlight, so yeah. I think I'm going to blend a little bit of this purple shade, like literally the smallest amount, just because it's a little bit, it's iridescent too, it's just a purple tinge. And I'm just going to take that a little bit and put it over that, just to see if it'll, yeah. So that definitely made it a little bit more, like, colored. So now I'm going to be taking a smaller brush for my nose contour, or for my nose highlight. And I am going to be just doing that. Oh, I forgot to do a nose contour. So now that my lips are pretty much dry, I'm going to be taking a clear gloss and going over that. So that was it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know any other looks that you would like me to do. I definitely want to do more Facechart makeup looks, and if you are not following Milk1422 on Instagram, I will link it below. You definitely should. He is incredible, and the looks on that account are just amazing and super inspiring if you like makeup. So like I said, be sure to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.